So that's the job. What a job of getting people out of the gospel of Peter to get them into Paul's gospel. That is why he says, he identifies himself. Paul, tell you that if you do what Peter says, Christ will not help you in anything. Was Peter bad? Not bad, very bad. Because of the visits, look at what chapter 2 says about Peter. See why Paul spoke this way about Peter. Look at verse 11, chapter 2, verse 11. You know, this has always been in the Bible, but I couldn't see it until that day. And I was a Bible student, I read for myself, but that was hidden. Look at what verse 11 says. But when Peter, When Peter came to Antioch, what did Paul do to him? Because Peter was to what? Peter was to condemn. For sure, because you detach yourself from the blessings of Christ. They give you a rosary, they put the rosary on you, you count all the beads of the rosary, but you are cut off from Christ. It does not help you at all. Because God is a God of covenants. Notice that in the Old Covenant it says, and the uncircumcised male child who is not circumcised shall be cut off from his people. He is to be stoned, he is to be cast out, he is useless. Because God is a God of covenants. You have to be in the covenant where God is. God is not there, God is here. And if you have been there, you have to get out of there. Because God moves. So you have to be behind God. It is like in the Old Testament, when the cloud moved, and when the cloud moved, the people had to follow the cloud. Well, God moved after the cross. After the cross, another covenant took place. And in that, religion has lied to the whole world. Not out of malice, but what happens is that he is a blind man who says to another blind man, "Come on, I'll take you." I don't know if you remember the anecdote of the blind man on Fifth Avenue in New York City. He was with the cane like this, and he heard the cars but did not see them. And he moved the cane looking for someone to help him cross Fifth Avenue. Because imagine, it has so many lanes. And then what happened? Well, suddenly someone came and touched him. And fantastic, he walked, and when they walked, a car came and ran over both of them, because the one who touched him was another blind man looking for help. And look, the town is full of blind people. The blind reverend, the blind bishop, the blind monsignor, the blind pope, the blind father, the blind nun. And I'm not saying that they are bad. On the contrary, they are good people. Have you seen how they want to serve God? They love the Lord. Do you know why I know that they love the Lord? Because I was blind there too. I was in the circumcision. Let's stand. Tell the person next to you, I prefer the truth. And I stand in the true gospel, the uncircumcision,